Hey everybody, and welcome to this video on Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is about to get retro on the 21st of April at 9:35 AM GMT time in the 22nd degrees of Aries, and the tagline for that same degree is the gate to the garden of desire, which sounds kind of steamy, right? But hold up, this retrograde situation can either be a blessing for some of you. You know, you will get more romantic in your relationships or with yourself, with your self-care and self-love, or it can mess up your life with, you know, imaginations going wild, communication going hair wild, being delayed. So, you know, let us all just get ready for the wild ride through the cosmic garden of delights or disasters as Mercury turns retrograde in the 22nd degree of Aries. So, as you know, Mercury going retrograde is when the planets, or in this case Mercury, appears to be going backwards, but it's symbolic because the planets never actually are going backwards. It's just telling us here on Earth that we may need to go back and rethink and relook at some of the things that we have been doing. So Mercury started its post-retrograde period in the 22nd degree of Aries, and this is the first of 3 retrogrades of this year. So some of you may have felt this already, because Mercury actually entered the retrograde zone on the 7th of April when it was in the 12th degrees of Aries. Then it's going stationary retrograde on the 21st of April in the 22nd degree of Aries. Then it's going to go direct in the 12th degrees of Aries, which is where it started its pre-shadow period. Then it's totally going to leave the retrograde zone when it hits the 22nd degree of Aries again, and this is going to happen on the 31st of May. So although Mercury retrograde lasts 3 weeks, it actually affects us for about 8 weeks. So at the time of this Mercury retrograde, Mercury is making a sextile to Mars, a conjunction to Uranus, and a quintile to Saturn. So I'm going to go more in depth what this unique blend of energy means to us, and what it basically means when Mercury goes retrograde. The aspects that it makes flavours the whole retrograde period, so the events that may happen and all of that. So I'll talk a bit more about that. I'm also going to delve in what it means for romantic relationships, spiritual and personal development, career and educational growth, and also look into the past life karmic meaning of Mercury retrograde as well. So yeah, Mercury retrograde is known for causing communication and technological issues, delays and misunderstandings, and everybody goes crazy like, oh no, Mercury retrograde, what am I going to do? And you know, it's sort of like when Saturn does its thing or Pluto does its thing. But all in all, you know, we shouldn't fear these transits, or because such as life, we're going to have good and bad transits and good and bad experiences in life. It's what we do with them, and ultimately we can only control the way we think about things in life, because poo-poo happens. Blame the English in me, I just didn't want to say shit, whoops, I did it. I hope that's okay. But yeah, so anyway, retrograde periods have some positive aspects because they allow us to reflect on our past decisions and relationships, re-evaluate our goals and make necessary changes to move forward in our lives in a more productive way. So ultimately giving us that chance for self-improvement, talking to ourselves on the inner level and listening to comes up, and healing any psychological, emotional, spiritual wounds that we may have to deal with or been putting off dealing with. And that for some of you, you'll be reconnecting with people from your past who may have valuable insights to say, and for some of you it's going to be good, you know, it's going to be, oh, we're reunited and it feels so good, and then, you know, you may get back with ex-lovers. And we do say, you know, ex is an ex for a reason, so you know, make sure if they repeat patterns of the past, you call it off, because we don't, although this is retrograde, it's going backwards, that doesn't mean we have to take steps backwards in our lives. But ultimately, for good or bad, whatever happens at this time was meant, as with all things in life, meant to happen. So yeah, Mercury retrograde can bring us challenges, but it can also present us with opportunities for growth and transformation if we embrace them. So the 22nd degree of Aries, as I said, it's called the gate to the garden of desire. So this is a time when people may be more inclined to follow their passions and impulses, and this can be for, I don't like the words good and bad for, but for good and bad, you know. You can get overly distracted, maybe hook up too much or take too much alcohol and drugs and other intoxicating substances, and this can interfere with other areas of your life. On the karmic level, it's time to reevaluate your desires and passions and reflect on your past experience or karmic patterns that may be influencing current situations, as well as I said, looking at any self-destructive behaviours and addictions that stop you from making as much progress as you would like to in your life. So if you suddenly find yourself uncontrollably ordering another serving of fries, or you know, some, I don't know, Jordans or Yeezys or whatever it is you like, or I don't know, incense or crystals, or just going over the board with the things that actually you don't actually need, or and buying expensive items that you've had your eye on, you know, don't worry, because yes, it is Mercury messing with you, but just be sure to think twice before making any impulsive decisions during this time, unless you want to end up regretting it later. So, you know, just be careful of what you are doing. And as I said, or every experience we have can teach us a lesson. So even our regrets can turn out to be our biggest achievements in some ways as well, because they can drive us to take that deep look in us, which retrogrades are all about. So step back and reflect on what is really driving your reckless desires and decisions, and maybe you'll stumble upon some life-changing revelations, or finally conquer that addiction to online shopping or anything else you're addicted to. So yeah, are you in or are you out? Because some of you can just ignore and get caught up in arguments, disagreements, gossiping, and some of us love that. We love the dramas and being superficial and all of that, and sometimes, you know, it's good to take that fun out and be frivolous and to make love and to hook up if that's what you're into. But there's a time and place for everything, and if it is draining your energy, maybe you want to look into your self-destructive thoughts and behaviours with a view to changing them. Esoterically, so on the occult level, this retrograde can be seen as a time to think about your highest potential. What is it you really want to achieve out of your life, and think about the actions that you need to take to get there, and set your intentions to manifest your best life into reality. And it won't just drop out of the sky. I mean, for some of you it may happen, but you will have to take those positive day-to-day steps to make your wildest dreams a reality. Also, on the occult level, it is a signal that there may be some confusions and miscommunication when it comes to committed relationships and hookups. So it may be best to take things slow and clarify your intentions to avoid misunderstandings and, you know, full out physical fights in relationships as well. Just see it as an opportunity to reflect on your innermost desires or fears in regards to your spiritual and personality development as well. And in terms of your career and educational development, esoterically, this is a period for reviewing your goals and sharpening your skills. So, you know, you may have a dream to get a promotion in your career or start your own business, but what skills do you need to make those dreams a reality? So looking at the practicalities of your ideas is the best use of this energy. So now I'm just going to talk a bit more about the aspects that are happening when Mercury goes into retrograde on the 21st of April. So as I said, it's making a sextile to Mars, so this indicates a time of increased energy and motivation. Also a conjunction to Uranus, so this suggests a time of unexpected changes and surprises. So it gives us, you know, that energy, that vibration to drive our projects forward if we've been putting them off, and tackle challenges with courage and enthusiasm, or good old gusto. Anyway, but doing this for some of you may result in impulsiveness and a tendency to act without thinking things through, because, you know, Uranus is known for its unpredictable energy, which can bring about sudden transformations or breakthroughs or breakdowns depending on how we, you know, sort of like handle it. So the best use of these transits is to stay open-minded and flexible to new situations, ideas or relationships. The negatives of the these transits are that it can add to the chaos and the confusion of Mercury retrograde. Some of you may rebel against authority, which can be a good or bad thing, but not if you do it recklessly, like speeding and the police stop you in and you get yourself points and you can't drive and stuff. So just think about what you're doing before you do it, so you can basically, you know, be aware. Also, try not to resist any changes that come up right now, or try to control any outcome. I know it may be confusing or frustrating because of delays in answers or communication that may happen as well, but you know, just try and hold tight. In terms of committed relationships, these transits may bring about unconventional futuristic partners or experiences that challenge your routine and your values. On the hookup front, these transits may bring about exciting, because you know we've got Mars and we've got Uranus, and you know, forceful sort of electric vibey energy, and you know, these hookups can be risky and some of them may require caution and consent. So just make sure you don't cross anyone's boundaries, you don't let anyone cross yours. Make sure you try and speak as clear as you can so people don't think you mean one thing when you actually mean another. So yeah, in terms of spiritual and personal development, this energy allows us to have new insights or awakenings that can expand our consciousness and our break to freedom. On the career and educational development level, breakthroughs or setbacks that require innovation and resilience can also be given as well. So you know, if you do experience a breakthrough, well done. If you do experience a setbacks, think about, why am I being stopped right now? Is it because I need to think about this idea in a different way? And these energies provide us the, you know, perseverance and the patience, even though it's electrifying. Uranus energy involved as well, Mars, pussy, let's have it now energy. On the esoteric level, these transits can open the gate to the garden of desire, which occultly represents the path of self-discovery and the manifestation of our highest potential. Also, as I said, the quintile to Saturn is also happening to Mercury as it goes into retrograde. So this allows us to be more productive, enhances our self-discipline and problem-solving abilities as well, or allows us to gain these skills. So on the positive, the quintile to Saturn allows us to be more innovative and practical in finding solutions to our problems and coming up with new ideas. It increases our patience and self-control and can give us a greater sense of responsibility towards our personal, spiritual, relationship, professional or any other goals. On the negative end, it can make us be too rigid, not want to get out of our comfort zone, think we know it all, not listen to others, be overly strict and self-disciplined, not allowing ourselves to have fun. And we, you know, fun is needed, whatever fun is to you, because it means different things to all of us. I can find research fun, and I make myself sound boring. I like to dance as well, but I actually can find research fun. But so this is what I mean, whatever fun is to you. So if you are overly, you know, rigid, not open to flexibility, and if you're too focused on work, it can lead to burnout and it can create unnecessary obstacles as well. So give yourself a chance to chill out. The best use of this aspect, Saturn's quintile to Mercury, is to channel this energy towards increasing your productivity, creative problem solving skills, while also keeping a flexible mindset. On the esoteric level, this quintile wants us to find a balance between discipline and structure, and intuition and creativity, so between the psychic and the logical, and using both aspects of our right and left brains. So yeah, as mentioned, this retrograde can also bring up past life issues that need to be resolved, and this can be beneficial for allowing us to reflect and hands-on deal with resolving issues that have been lingering for a while. So it's essential to allow ourselves to consider our needs and our psychological, emotional, spiritual wounds, and also those of our partners or anyone else, our friends, family and stuff, and try to you know, come up with a cooperative compromise resolution. It's also a good time to focus on self-care, spiritual development and personal growth, while also being mindful of communication, relationships and unexpected challenges in your personal and professional life. Letting go of past attachments or karmic connections that that no longer serve us, and this can create space for new growth and new relationships and opportunities in the future. So as I said earlier, Uranus influence may bring breakdowns, so this can be breakdowns in communications or relationships as well. So ultimately it's best to approach this retrograde with a healthy dose of humour and a willingness to roll with the punches. After all, if we can't laugh at ourselves and the universe's sense of humour, what's the point? So yeah, buckle up, enjoy the ride, and remember whatever happens now happens for a reason, even if we don't always understand it in the moment. It can be hard, it can just be cliche, oh yeah, whatever, you know, it was meant to happen, especially when you really wanted to keep on to your lover or that job or that home or whatever. But sometimes, you know, in life we have to let go so we can allow the new, even if we didn't really want to let go in the moment. So yeah, I'm going to talk more about what it means for relationships, spiritual development and stuff like that now. So in the contents of committed relationships and hookups, as I said, this period may stir up some old wounds and prompt us to address any lingering issues we've been avoiding in our relationships. It's time to slow down and reassess our roles and responsibilities within the relationship dynamic, to communicate more openly and honestly, and to revisit past conversations that may have been swept under the rug. Trust and transparency will be crucial as we navigate the potential bumpy road ahead. If we approach it with an open mind and willingness to learn and grow, this transit may make us feel like we're in, at times as well, a rom-com where the main character suddenly realise they must fix their relationships before achieving true happiness. And it's not a bad thing, because even if it means that it is an ending, it's also the perfect opportunity to step back, breathe, and address any issues that have been, you know, lingering in the background, stopping us from making our current relationships healthy, or, you know, inviting healthier relationships into our life. So we all have some skeletons in our closet, but now's the time to drag them out and deal with them, even if you don't want to, because sometimes, you know, it can be a lot going over intense emotions and stuff. I get it, but it's best to use this vibration to reassess our roles and responsibilities within our relationships, communicate more openly and honestly with our partners, friends or family, and revisit old conversations that we may have been avoided. And, you know, it won't be easy, but it's worth it in the end. And remember, trust and transparency are the keys to a happy and healthy relationships. So on the spiritual journey and development level, some of you may be ready to level up your spiritual journey. The universe is giving you the opportunity to reflect, release and recharge during this retrograde season, if you are ready to do so. So again, Mercury retrograde provides the springboard for you to delve into your innermost thoughts, fears, anxieties and feelings, to transform your spirit and be open to your higher self, or just accept the unconditional love that your higher self and your guides and the higher power is trying to give you. This is a chance to take time out of your busy schedule and focus entirely on your emotional well-being. Use this period of introspection to cultivate mindfulness and enhance your personal growth. Doing so creates space for new perspectives and ideas to bloom, leading you to a more fulfilled life. The universe may be speaking to you right now, and it's up to you to listen to its call. Now, in terms of education and your career, don't panic if you do feel a bit, you know, lost at this time in regards to them. This transit is a chance to gain a new perspective and align yourself with your true purpose. So although Mercury retrograde can be an intimidating time, especially when it comes to, you know, your professional life, your educational life, it can actually be an opportunity in disguise. For some of you, you can gain a new perspective and realign yourself with your true purpose, your true career. Some of you may decide to take a new course offline, going back to school or college or whatever as well. And some of you may decide to take a step back and reflect on where you're at in your academic journey or self-learning journey or career, asking yourself, are you truly happy and fulfilled, or are you just going through the motions? So some of you may drastically change educational paths or careers at this time. So, you know, be gentle with yourself. Use this time to explore your passions and interests, but don't be afraid to make a change if something doesn't feel right, even if friends and family, as they do, partners and stuff, tell you, well, you know, you shouldn't be doing that and stuff like that. Remember, the universe always guides you towards your highest good, and this retrograde is another way to help you get there. Trust in the process and trust yourself. This is the time to re-evaluate your goals, and some of you may find a career or educational path that you never even considered before. With a bit of preparation and extra patience, you can easily navigate this period. So take time out to double check your emails and documents for clarity as well. Make sure all your technology is up to date and functioning properly as well, because you may miss an email to do a career, or you may send it to a wrong page, so there may be some delays. So make sure you've got all your settings right, but if they are delays, just know that it's just part of the process as well. And some of you may decide to, take a social media break, or not watch television, go inwards, meditate and stuff like that, and all in all take a break from the constant hustle of modern communication. So all in all, the best use of this energy is to take the time to review and revise any essential plans or projects. Practice patience and flexibility in your communication and travel. Trust your intuition and embrace unexpected changes. Because although, there may be surprises, there's also opportunities for growth and transformation. Keep an open mind and a positive outlook, as this retrograde period can offer unique insights on unexpected moments. So remember to stay grounded, breathe deeply and take care of yourself during this intense astrological event, but don't be scared of it. So all in all, Mercury retrograde is a time for growth and a time for caution. Stay centered, clear-headed and grounded. Be open to any lessons that come your way and opportunities as well that the universe presents to you right now. It's important to remember that Mercury retrograde is an opportunity for you to slow down, reflect and reassess your goals and decisions. By doing so, you can make the most of this powerful transit and emerge even stronger, wiser and more connected to yourself and those around you than ever before. So embrace the challenges and take advantage of the opportunities to grow during this period. So yeah, thanks for listening to my interpretation of Mercury retrograde. Take care.